Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. While Dashy has a difficult time in a Thanksgiving $1 wager, Shotzzy reveals that until the third game mode is announced in Call of Duty Vanguard, he is not going anywhere from playing Halo. The OpTic scrims right now have effectively been half scrims with what they are practicing at the present time. Very much enjoyed your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting the like button. It's the best thing you can do to help this channel reach more people. Please consider subscribing as well if you have not yet already. Firstly, of course, it was Thanksgiving yesterday. Happy Thanksgiving to my American friends. Well, yesterday, of course, that was kind of a bit of God, but it's not really a thing we celebrate in the UK so much, but a lot of the food crossovers certainly happen at Christmas. We'll have a look at those in a second. This I thought was great for the subliners though. Need a boyfriend for Thanksgiving. Paco has got you covered, that big Hydra of course. The bronze package, like he's not going to do all that much. The silver package though, he's going to play 15 minutes of COD with your little brother. He's going to talk to your dad about the economy. And then the gold package, Crimsix's Porsche is coming through. He has the tuxedo on, like he's going to nonchalantly mention that rookie season and all this stuff as well. I thought it was great to be honest. And all this also from the Call of Duty League, we are thankful for you. Obviously, the Call of Duty guys have been catching a lot of flack lately, and some of it may be understandably so. At the same time, I'm sure that a load of the issues within the game, like the lack of ranked play, esports skins, this type of stuff that other games have had, that yeah, I'm sure the Call of Duty League doesn't really have too much say in that, right? It probably comes from higher up. They're likely as frustrated as we are, the fact that there isn't ranked play in the game yet, and all these other problems the game currently has. So yeah, certainly thankful for those guys trying to do their best to put on the show that they can. This also from Scump yesterday. I'm sorry, says happy Thanksgiving. We saw this clip a few days ago where Doug effectively gets turned on for the 252.49, and I kind of like that little wholesome reply in the thread right here is that, you know, put a damn shirt on, Doug, because this is the kind of shirtless Doug sent to Martin gif, which, well, it's just a picture really, but I'm definitely going to be saving this one up for potential use down the line, as it's got a lot of meme potential, let's just say. And you know, nice little wholesome thread, I suppose, in the reply here. Hey yo, I'm not alone. And yeah, happy Thanksgiving with the glass of red wine. Just love to see it from the Doug sent to Martin side. This also, of course, like eliminate once this Scump stuffing is gone. Thought that was kind of a hot take, to be honest. A lot of this stuff we don't really have in our kind of Christmas meal or whatever in the UK, but getting rid of stuffing, I don't know about that one. Like, it's kind of a go-to. But there was a lot of talk about this, like green bean casserole or whatever. We don't really have that in the UK, to be honest. It's interesting nonetheless, but I thought this is kind of funny from the flank, just kind of looking at that and then making this one as a result. Like, well, is Black Ops 3 mac and cheese? Is Vanguard green bean casserole? Like, well, definitely cause some stir in the replies, because it seems to definitely be a dividing factor, this whole green bean casserole type thing. But maybe Vanguard, like, I don't know, it depends on your opinions on whether you think Vanguard's good or bad, I suppose. Whether this is fact or cap from the Gersh side from yesterday. This also from Dashy Wager. So he was trying to do his best to have a good Thanksgiving, playing well, some matches on stream and this type of stuff, and he plays a $1 wager on Thanksgiving and gets DDoSed offline. This is something which really hasn't happened in a long time. I guess like it still does happen nowadays, clearly, as a result of this. But back in the day, very occasionally in Black Ops 2 League play, sometimes people would just straight up be hacking. Other times you would just get DDoS. Like if there was a guy in the lobby that decided, okay, we're just going to take this guy out and get his DDoS equipment out or whatever, flood your router with or like the packet noise or whatever it is, and then it just kicks you offline. So yeah, a $1 wager, like I think Dashy said in reply something like, yeah, okay, if this guy really needs the money, like fair enough, he DDoS me off, and the Scump goes, you know, straight up hold that L. So yeah, kind of crazy to think about like what some people are up to on their Thanksgiving days. Like yeah, given all the good vibes on the tablet and this type of stuff, he's taking $1 off Dashy. It's kind of unfortunate to see really that these people still exist within the Call of Duty community. But well, something else kind of unfortunate is the fact that we seemingly do not have a third game mode right now in Vanguard. Now the kind of crazy thing about this is, I'll show a clip here that comes out from the OpTic Texas podcast a couple of days ago, still I think just called the OpTic podcast, but well, they're discussing the possibility of what the third game mode should be. Should it be control? Should it be CTF? What's the case? And I kind of imagine that the pros might have some idea what's coming, what's in the pipeline, because we know that like well, it was released that only like 8 game modes or whatever are going to launch with the game, but then other game modes that are like competitive related are going to come down the line. So we don't know when that is, what those game modes are going to be. We can speculate on it, but I thought, okay, maybe the pros have a good idea of what's actually going to be happening, like what it might look like, and yeah, maybe they've been told by the CDL or something what it's going to be, therefore they can start to prepare and get ready for that. Seems like that's not the case at all. Maybe the CDL don't know, maybe they just don't want to tell the guys, just in case Shotzzy leaks it, but yeah, Scump saying we're probably going to get control or CTF. We might prefer like either one or the other, like well, certainly people have their opinions on that matter, but right now they don't even know. They have no idea either when it's even going to arrive. The first Challengers Cup is just around the corner in December. We're not going to have a third game mode for that, it seems, and we imagine the league's going to start if there's a kickoff event in January like there was last season, and right now they can't even practice on that third game mode. It's quite a shocking problem that it's continued on this long.
Maybe it's just how HP spawns are, and maybe there's a completely different structure for control and CTF spawns. Like maybe those are traditional spawns, but I mean, we've really only played hardpoint competitively this year.
Yeah.
I mean, we've only played hardpoint competitively, other than search, which isn't a respawn mode, obviously. So, yeah, I mean, maybe that could work out way better. But all I've played in pubs are domination and hardpoint. So,
yeah.
I mean, control's not even in the game, is it?
No.
Yeah, I think I've heard, again, rumors. I don't know if it's true or not, but I think they're adding new modes.
Yeah.
So, I'm
So
assuming
control's
they'll
not even
probably-
in the game right now, so you can't even play it. So we don't even know if we can't even test our third mode right now.
That is wild, man. And how they haven't even told you guys behind the scenes?
I personally, honestly, have not heard anything about what the third mode's gonna be.
That is so wild.
What about you, Coach?
I haven't heard anything.
Okay.
That is so wild.
I know what people expect it to be, which is control. People
Yeah.
expect it to be control just because control has been pretty much like the staple third mode for the past couple of years now. And
I'm gonna be honest. I don't control.
I don't either.
but then what are you gonna play? Dom?
No.
It's definitely not dumb.
It has to be CTF or
It's
control.
either CTF or control. I
so-
mean, that's just where it comes
And
from.
I feel like World War II put such a bad taste in
in
everybody's
people's
mouth
mouths, yeah.
when it comes to CTF, just because the CTF was they spawn behind the flag always. And
I mean, the
it's
maps, again, it's like CTF's great when the maps and everything makes sense for it, but if they don't, then it's just not conducive for it. And it just.
So, of course, Scump, Shotzzy, a lot of the OpTic guys and a lot of really Call of Duty players in general have been playing a lot of Halo ranked, right? Because, well, it's generally a much better time than playing the Call of Duty game, at least in public matches and stuff like this as of late. Now, what Shotzzy had to say yesterday was kind of interesting. I'll just share this clip for you guys here in a second. Basically saying that, well, yeah, I'm not going to stop playing Halo until the third game mode's released. Like, it's so frustrating right now to be a player when, you've got this difficult situation, right, where you don't even know what the third game mode's going to be. Like, you can't even play proper practice. All you can do is practice hardpoint, and then, like, usually what they'll do is they'll play, like, 2 scrims of hardpoint to something, the OpTic guys, and then they'll be like, okay, we've played, like, 4 or 5 maps in each of these scrim sets. Like, we can't play any of the controls, therefore, like, let's just go on Halo, right, for the rest of the day, which seems to be how things are going right now, which, you can't really blame them, to be honest, given, given the state of the game. It's obviously frustrating to play it as it is, and then you don't even have a third gamer that you know what it's going to be. So, what do you guys think? Should it be control? Should it be capture the flag? But Shotzzy's like, yeah, I'm not stopping playing Halo until they actually announce something, because really right now we're not getting the best practice.
Before we log into COD, once we know the third game mode, we're literally like half scrimming right now. It's kind of annoying. Kaboom!
So this was the big question that came out at the end of October when, okay, the 7 core modes were launching with the game. Domination was here, Patrol was here, but Hardpoint, Search and Destroy were here. But nothing else for competitive play, we imagine. Paradox pointed out the fact that there were some other game modes that were coming, CTF Control, boots on the ground version of Uplink. That's actually the thing, right? We don't actually know what they're thinking here. We're guessing that CDF and Control are going to be arriving at some point, and maybe we get some time to test that out. I suppose the pro players can test it out, see what they think. But, maybe they would even go down a different route, right? Because, Sledgehammer and Advanced Warfare, Uplink was in the game. Uplink, I guess, was Advanced Warfare and Sledgehammer Games' invention back in Advanced Warfare, when that first came into the game. So maybe they think of something similar. They tried it with Gridiron, right, in World War II, when it was basically just an Uplink portal on the ground. Pros, honestly, that almost was played that year instead of CTF. I think the voting between the pro players was very close indeed. At least I think those game modes pretty much came at launch, though, at least very close after. So we're definitely in an interesting spot. Scump isn't happy about it. Shotzzy's like, well, I'm just going to keep playing Halo until this actually is announced, so we can actually start playing some stuff properly, because Hardpoint only can take you so far, especially if they might tweak the spawns and stuff like this. So big questions still to be answered. Noisy says this, right, don't let this new update distract you from the fact we don't even have a third game mode, rule set, or schedule of tournaments. I'm pretty sure they did announce when the first Challengers Cup is going to be, but the rest of the stuff right now for the CDL, we are very much in the dark on it. Hopefully they can get this stuff figured out sooner rather than later. This is generally, it seems, what the community thinks. As Rokkr tweeted out back in September, when people had the answer like, okay, is it going to be Patrol, Capture the Flag, Control, or Domination? Most people actually saying CTF. I think CTF on good maps, it could potentially work. I was kind of saying on the channel the fact that we have 16 maps, surely we can find 3 of them that are good for CTF. Looking at these maps right now, though, I'm not so sure, but honestly, the way they work, maybe it's possible. I'm not really sure. It'll take some time for the pros to figure out, but who knows if we're getting both of these modes? We might just get one of these modes. Who even knows, right? Seems like even Scump and Co don't know. Rambo doesn't seem to know. Scump doesn't seem to know. It's surely surely you got to tell some of these guys so they can actually prepare for what's happening. Like, at the season, it's got to be, 2 months' time, the season should be underway. So it's like, okay, can we give the pros some time to practice here? Like, it's just a really strange situation, to be honest. This is also what Clayster had to say last year, right, during 2020, like, when, of course, last year's game came out, discussing about Capture the Flag. Control, I feel like, is a competitive game mode from the core app, except for the overtime rules. CTF will always be CTF. So Clayster definitely had differing opinions, to be honest, from the pro players, what they would like to see in the game, and I suppose what they'll do. In an ideal world, they'll add both of these game modes into the game, then they'll play on them, they'll have some chances on both to play, and then they'll, like, vote, I suppose, as pro players, what they want to see as that third game mode. But, I mean, still, I'm sure, like, the spawns are going to be a concern, like, what maps are going to be played. It's going to be a difficult time. The pros need some time to figure this stuff out. Of course, the other question mark is domination, right? Because it is in the game right now. It was a competitive game mode during Modern Warfare. Could they decide to bring this back if they absolutely have to? Like, the pro players certainly don't want to play domination. I think the way the rules work, honestly, in domination for the CDL is just terrible. Like, it's just not a good competitive mode. I would almost always tune out during Modern Warfare when it was going on. But if they can't bring these other modes in relatively soon, then, maybe they are forced to play domination at some point. I'm sure the pros don't want to do that. They're basically made up their mind. They're not playing domination because they're not practicing on it right now, which is totally understandable. But at the same time, maybe there is that risk there in the back of their minds that we might be in a situation where domination has to be played again. I don't know, right? We came into this title, there was a lot of talk about the fact that this year was going to be very well supported for competitive. Sledgehammer were really on the ball there. And, I think probably there are some guys in the development team that certainly are. But there's a lot of issues within the game right now. I'm sure, like, they didn't have the longest development time, I think, on this one compared to some of the other previous games, given the situation that's gone down the last couple of years. And maybe, like, the development studio just has other priorities. But just the fact that there was a lot of talk coming into this title, the competitive support would be certainly there. Like, so far, we haven't really seen it, right? So hopefully it can improve over time. But yeah, Dashy making some nice plays here just to finish out the video. But very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hitting the like button tells the YouTube gods this is a good video, and looks like you should see it as well. And help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you guys as always, take care, and I will see you next time.